Good evening, everybody. Just checking that the microphone's on. Welcome to Thursday live stream with me, Leon Bartropp, and the Catchmore Carp community. Hope you're well and dandy and enjoying life and enjoying the warmer weather, because it's like it has not gone into autumn, it's gone back into summer, hasn't it? We'll be having a look at the bloody weather in a minute, and well, I don't know what's happening. The main topic of conversation tonight is autumn carp rigs. I don't know if we can call it autumn, really, is it? But we're up to a bit of floating fishing the weekend. But yeah, autumn carp rigs, so we'll be talking about those. So get your questions ready about anything like that. What normally happens if you haven't tuned in before is for about the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes, it's everybody from YouTube and all the my Facebook groups and the Catchmore Carp subscribers group. We are all available there, talking, putting the questions in, all part of whatever the topic is. Then after about 30 minutes, we say goodbye to all YouTubers, everyone tuning in through YouTube and through Facebook and Catchmore Carp as well. And we take it all over to the subscribers, the Catchmore Carp closed Facebook group. So if you want to be part of that other half an hour, then you've got to become a member. Get yourself over to www.catchmorecarp.co.uk. Sign up for a monthly or a annual subscription. Well, hope everyone's good. Who have we got in tonight? Let's see. We've got it's about 40 people on at the moment. Let's have a look. Who have we got? Do the carp know it's autumn? Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to have a look at the weather in a minute, and I'll tell you what. It seems like summer. I think it was warmer in bloody in the spring as well, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. Bloody hell. Phil, evening Phil, mate. Evening Leon, everybody from the Kempish Canal. Oh, very envious. Very envious over there, Phil. Hope you're well. There's Keith. Evening Keith, hope you're well, mate. Adam, fish meal or nut-based boiler this time of year, and would carp be moving towards deep water now or not cold enough? Fish meal or nut-based boiler, to me it goes on water temperature and daylight hours. Every September, no matter what the weather's doing, about mid-September, the fish start looking, that you still see them in the margins and that, but they start investigating those deeper areas, because what's happening, because of the not as much sunlight, I'm looking at the back of my window here now behind me, and it's dark. It's dark already. This is the first time we've done a live, and it's actually dark outside at 7:30. The carp know this. They know winter's coming at some point. They know it's going to get colder. So it's all to do with those daylight hours. The fish will start investigating those deeper areas. The reason they're investigating those deeper, siltier areas is because that's where the food's migrating to. If you've noticed on your lake, what you should have done is that even with the sun and that, the weed's starting to die down a little bit. Some years it's a lot quicker, it gets colder quicker. This year it's not as quick, but it's definitely dying down, that weed. It's definitely dying down. And what happens when the weed dies is all that natural comes out into the atmosphere, into the water column. And if it doesn't get eaten, it needs to go and find a place. So it's scrambling to get into the silt where it can hide, because there is no cover anymore, or dwindling cover at this time of year. So, and that's normally in the deeper areas of the lake, the silter areas and the weedless areas. So that's what normally happens around September. The fish will start visiting and feeding on those siltier areas, those deeper areas. You'll see a lot more fizzing, a lot more bubbling, that type of thing. A lot more showing and not getting as many bites, because always happens every September, October, you'll fish a lake and you'll be going, they're all over me, I'm bound to get one tonight, and nothing happens. No one catches one on the lake. But the fish are so active. They're obviously feeding, but they're feeding on naturals. That's what they're doing. They're feeding on the naturals. So that's what's going to happen with the fish moving into deeper water. Fish meal nut based, I've still used a bit of fish meal all the way up to sort of like November time, proper fish meal. Fish meals aren't proper fish meals anymore. They've still got some of that protein and nut mix in there. They're a little bit, all sort of mixed up. They're not pure fish meals anymore. The reason being, too expensive. So they're they're not as oily and all that. They're not a proper fish meals they used to be all years ago. Nut-based boiling you use all year round. Yeah, nut-based and more protein, sort of egg-based than that, you can use it all year round. As long as it goes through the fish, they will eat it all year in the winter time. So I'm using the Pro Stim liver, and that's an all-year bait, that is. That's an all-year bait. That's got a lot of protein. It's got a little bit of fish meal in it. I think if you've got about 5%, 10% max fish meal in a winter bait, it's good. The fish love it. They love it. See, that protein content. So, but if it's like 45%, 50%, like it used to be years ago, yeah, I think you're going to probably struggle with a fish meal. But yeah, I hope that Adam answers your question. Great question, though. Wayne said, are you going to Manchester Carp Show in November, sir? Wayne. I don't think I'll be going to the Manchester one. I think I may be away at the time. But I may be. Not too sure. At the moment, I'm not. But you never know. Things happen the week before. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, do you want to go? Yeah, I'll go. And I'm there. Evening, John. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Evening, Rob. Evening, everyone. Don't forget, it's a month tomorrow before we have our social at East Delft Lakes. We've got a Catch More Carp social. Everyone on there is a member, I believe. We didn't even put it out to the wider public because it had all been snapped up before we've released it to anyone else. What we tend to do is with the socials is we give them to the people who've already been on the social, and also we give them to the people who are Catch More Carp members. So another reason to be a Catch More Carp member is you'll have first refusals on any socials that we do, and we've got quite a few planned for next year. Matt said it's the daylight that lets them know it's 100%, definitely. They know that winter's coming. They know it's autumn. They're feeding up. They have been feeding up. The lakes I've been fishing, they're feeding up all right. Don't worry about that. On bait, on naturals, on, you know, it could be, even though it's 20 odd degrees next week, I've known it. You have this cold snap, it starts getting colder and the water temperature starts dropping, and just the lack of daylight hours, that water temperature will be dropping naturally. Even though you get 20 degrees during the day, you're starting to get more, from now on, more darkness hours where the water temperature is decreasing to daylight hours where the water temperature is increasing. So they know, definitely, Matt. Jonathan Hancock, evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. Keeps it on the bank. It's fishing hard, but man's a 24 for 12. That's a lot of 35 plus to the snags, guys. Oh, always gutted when you lose one of the snags, mate. But at least you've had one. Fair play. Evening, Andrew. Good to see you, mate. Keith Joel, evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. You'll be on their social, won't you? East Delft Lakes. I was just about to have a cup of tea then, but I haven't even got one. Evening, Matt. Mark Setzer says, press the like button, guys and girls. There you go, yes. Show your appreciation. If you really like these lives and that and what we do at Catch More Carp, press that like button. That's it. Show some loving. Show some love. Evening, Facebook user. Good to see you. Keith never changed his rigs throughout the year. No, I mean, I do. I do actually change my rigs throughout the year, especially winter time. I do like that little 360 rig or little bag rig with the hermit rig inside the little bag. Those type of little bits and pieces like that. Fish a little 12mm pop up. Summertime I like on the deck. Autumn I like on the deck. Springtime I like zigs. So yeah, I'm for always changing my rigs about. But we're going to talk about autumn rigs in a minute anyway. Nick, I tune in for YouTube tonight, but we'll switch over later. I'm actually home tonight watching with Mrs. R, still buzzing from Carp List last weekend. Yes, you did very well, mate. Well done for catching that fish. Fair play to you. I knew it was going to come sooner or later, and well done, mate. But it's nice not to be up some far stretch of England tuning in, wasn't it? All right, Anthony, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. There's Oliver. Evening to you. Evening, Leon. Evening all. Cars loaded, ready to go. Early start in the morning. 48 hours on my syndicate. Brilliant. First time out since beginning of August. Can't ruddy wait. Beginning of August. Fair play. Go and enjoy it. Nice one, Leon. On subscribers only. Colin says, hi, Leon. Hi, mate. Hope you're well. I've tested the water temps while being there, and it's still 16 degrees. Yes, so it's probably about right, to be fair. it's probably about right. Normally about sort of mid to end of October, it starts going down to about 13, 12. Then once it goes below 10, which is like mid to late November, it's probably about right. Even though it doesn't seem like it, does it? Anderson, evening, Leon, everyone. Hope you're well. I had 2 off the top. Old Bear Hill Tuesday. Very nice. I think it's summer. Also had a few on Candy Nut Boilies. Fair play. So, let's talk about autumn rigs then. And we'll catch up with everyone else in a minute. Now, like I said, with that great question from Adam, the fish to me, autumn time, they're in the sill. And to me, why would I want to fish a pop-up over the sill? You've all seen the Calder videos years ago where someone's fishing a pop-up rig and the fish are just ignoring it. They're in the sill. They're feeding on the boilies on the bottom. They're in after those naturals. So I don't tend to fish a pop-up rig. I mean, I've done in the past, don't get me wrong, with certain waters where pop-up rigs were working, but to me, generally, come the autumn, it's a bottom bait rig. It's like a slip D, or that little rig that I put out a video on the Catch More Carp, my autumn rig. That's what I've been using, just a sinking braid, wide gape size 4 hook, a nice heavy 18 miller, and a tiger nut on top of that. So it's like an 18 and a 10 miller, like a 28 miller, put right in the silt. I'm not looking for a drop. I just want to get it right in that silt. Put some bait over it, some particles, some boilies, not too much. And I've been doing all right. I've been doing okay doing that this autumn. So, to me, and I'd love to hear what you think, what's your go-to sort of autumn rig? Is it any different to what you normally use in the summer? Mine isn't really any different. Although, come to the later part of autumn, because don't forget, autumn lasts to the 21st of December. Winter only starts 21st December. Come early part of December, late November, these leaves are starting to fall. Maybe another 2 or 3 weeks, then I won't be on the bottom baits. Maybe come sort of end of October, beginning of November, I'll be on the 360 with a little 12 to 14 mil pop-up. Or as I said, a little bag with a hermit rig in there. A little dumbbell wafter, that type of thing. As a little bit different to the 360 rig. But yeah, tell me what you use as your sort of autumn rig. I mean, it's going to be bottom bait pop, isn't it? You tell me what your thoughts are on it, and when you sort of change over, if you do. I mean, Keith said he doesn't change his rigs all year. Do you change them over in the autumn from the summer? I tend to do it late October, early November, depending on the leaves falling down. Then I want that bait to be above the leaves. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys, down below. And also, if you've got any questions about anything else, put them across. Put them across. And we've only got 15 minutes left for a free-for-all. So get your questions in there if you want them answered. Because about 7:30, we should be going over just to the Catch More Carp subscribers. Stephen says, evening all. Evening you, Stephen. Hope you're well, mate. Rob says, I'm not sure if I changed a lot of what I do apart from the amount of bait. Yeah, that's another one. I mean, depends. Winter's sort of late autumn, as winter's gone by, I've used more bait in the winter than I've done in the summer. Very strange, isn't it? But some lakes, you can keep big loads of, I mean, I'm saying big loads, 2 or 3 kilo when I leave, that type of thing. You know, I've chopped boilies, crumb, hemp, maize, all that type of stuff. If you can keep that going in over the colder periods of the year, you can keep them feeding. Jonathan says, in his opinion, if you keep putting the bait in, they will keep feeding it all through the winter, 100%. If people stop feeding them, that's why they start laying dormant. Brilliant. Little and often, in a few spots will do it. Totally agree with you, Jonathan. Totally agree. Keith said, if you have been fishing clear spots all year and there is weed around the area, just pull the lead up to the edge of the weed. Yeah. Bait works Atlantic heat. Yeah. I mean, that's a good all year round Atlantic heat. Always was years and years ago. A good all year round. There's some good bits and pieces. Good fish like mine. Carry milk proteins in it, which give you an all season bait. Yeah. Good fish meal. Quality fish meals. Yeah. Wayne said, CSL, can I use that in the winter still pack? Yes. CSL's very good winter attracting liquid. Very, very good CSL. You can use that all year round, but particularly where it's better in the winter, I think. It's what, from memory, is in the, what's that mainline bait? The one that's really, really good. The Cell. I think that's got a bit of CSL in now. Adam says, doing the social media era, I recommend Cuttle Meal. I remember you saying that before, actually. Might have to have a look at that one. Dave, evening everyone. Evening, Dave. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're good. Let's try and free up a little bit of memory here. I'm just trying to... oh, things are backing up in the background. And I don't want them to do that because it will stop the internet connection. So, bear with me. I've just stopped these and I've just flushed out the cash. Not cash from my pocket. The cash on the computer. Pulse the back up. That's the one, right? Looking a bit better now. Should be a lot, but yeah, looking a bit better. Evening, Mark. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Mark was on our Norton Disney social, weren't you? There's Christmas sweat. Evening, everyone. Evening, you, Chris. Dave said, how big are the swims at East Delve? Would it hold an S Titan? 100%. I think they're all pretty good sized swims. Not massive swims, but nice areas. You know, you can get any sort of bivvy up in them. Nash Titan will get up there. Brilliant, Dave. You'll be fine in that, mate. Stephen Paul, Scale 3. Gary Bloomfield, evening, Leon. Evening, Gary. Good to see you, mate. Evening, Leon. Evening, all. Evening to you, mate. Craig Everson, have you ever lost the buzz to go? What keeps you motivated? It's just something I've always done. It's sort of saved me from a life of crime and that, to be fair, years ago when I was a kid, of madness and that. So I just always done it. I'm never too intense, like a lot of anglers I've seen over the years. Really intense, running around, going crazy, you know, and then give up fishing after 5-10 years of doing it. I've done it for almost 40 years now. More than 40 years I've been fishing. Carp fishing for about, what, 35, I suppose, on and off, but mostly on. So, yeah, sometimes I don't want to go, and I just struggle to get out and to go and things like that. But those were many years ago where I used to feel like that. I still like getting out, even in the winter now. I love getting out. I just love being out in the outside. Just, yeah, if you lose the buzz, the problem is once you lose the buzz and you stop going, a lot of the times you don't get back into it like you did before. So what I would advise is to push yourself to go a couple of times, once or twice. Probably only need once. And if you still have lost the buzz for it, then give it a rest for a while. A lot of the times I speak to guys like, oh, I can't be bothered, and then they go and they go, oh yeah, I'm back into it now. So I think just going should help, mate. Scaling down bait and hook size during autumn and winter, your thoughts please, your advice please. Stephen, scaling, I don't tend to scale down at all. I scale my bait size down. Hook size, no, it stays the same. I very rarely use anything under size 4. If I'm zig fishing, then I use a 10, or if I'm floating fishing, I use a 10 or an 8. But no, I don't tend to scale down my hook size. When I catch them, I want to keep them on the hook. Bait size, yes, I do. I'd use like a little wafter, little dumbbell wafter, 10 by 15, something like that, or a little 12 to 14 mil pop up, rather than an 18 mil bottom bait like I do in the summer and the autumn. I use a size 4 hook with a Ronnie, not a Ronnie, with a 360 rig, and a little 10 to 12 mil pop up, little 60 more pop up. So, yes, I don't. Keith says, Leon, other swims big at Eastwell, my double top fitting it. I would have thought so, Keith. Yes, yeah, there's some big areas there. I think a couple of swims a little bit tighter, but yeah, it should be able to fit in it. I've never heard of him saying to me, oh no, the swims aren't very good. I mean, you could always drop him a little message. He's a really nice guy, the owner of East Delve, James. Known him for a very long time, probably 30 years I've known James. I might give him a message actually, but yeah, if you've got any questions, ping them over to him. He'd be more than happy to help you. Hi, all, been a while. Back at Sanders next week. Fair play. Leon, really do you think a low line pop up, the fish can tell it's off the bottom? I'm not too sure it's whether the fish can tell it's off the bottom. it's a better presentation hook wise. Your hook's standing proud, isn't it? For all intents and purposes, it looks like it could be on the bottom, but it's acting a lot better. The mechanics are a lot better when your hook's actually already prone and up there, especially if you use certain rigs. And so what hot meals do you have during the cold nights on the bank? The cob definitely comes out, Adam, on cold nights on the bank. The cob, the hot chocolate, the yeah, it all comes out. Chocolate, takeaways, everything. You've got to keep those energy levels up on the bank. Always make a purpose of having one really good meal, whether it be chicken or pork and potatoes and or mash, and no salads and that when it gets cold. And those cold nights, I'm eating proper stuff, proper food, good hearty food, pie, steak, kidney pie, all that sort of stuff in the cob. Hour to 2 hours to do it. Lovely, that's the one. Absolutely spot on. That's how I keep something to look forward to as well. Alan says shorter rigs for me in the winter for me. Yes, I must say I'll probably go with more of a stiffer material if I'm not using PVA bags, and definitely shorten it up to about 7 inches because they're not moving as much as quick. Definitely, Alan. Keeps I'll still put plenty of bait in as mine breaks down to crumb after 24 hours. Wow, bloody hell. Sometimes I leave my baits out for more than 24 hours. So I like them to so I suppose they're kicking out lots of attraction that way, aren't they? I like to freebies, yeah. Freebies, but not my baits. I wouldn't want them to do that, to be fair. Stephen, DNA bug. Kevin, hi all, hi mate, hope you're well. Alan says, molasses, ever tried it, Leon? Yes, molasses, full of energy. It's sugar, basically. Liquid sugar, molasses is. A lot of baits, a lot of companies put that in their baits to bulk them out, which is quite cheap in relation, and lots of energy. Sweet as well. Horsey people use it a lot. Wayne says German rig all year round. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing that. Thanks, Phil. No problem, Craig. Let me know how you get on if you get the buzz back. Dave said the rigs don't really change much. It's mainly the length I change than the rig, depending on what I'm fishing over. That's a great way to look at it, Dave, I think, is that if your rigs have been working all summer, there's no reason for them not to work. But just by tweaking them, maybe the hook bait might be a bit different, or shortening them up. If you've got confidence in your rigs, which we all should have. I know we don't sometimes, and we fall out of love with certain rigs and things like that. But if you've got confidence in it, shorten it down a little bit if you think that's going to make the difference. But yeah, so fair play, Dave. Leon, why do you cut your bait size down? I seem to think that the more smaller items, the fish like the smaller items in the colder weather. I like to use little bits of corn, little 12 to 14 mil pop-ups, smaller bits and pieces, lots of crumb, hemp, particles, that type of stuff, rather than 18 millers and 24 miller and things like that like I use in the summer. I think the fish, they like them smaller bits. They're on those naturals a lot more, which are a lot smaller. So I use a lot of maggot as well as an addition. So I don't really want my bait to stand out massively. I like the little bits and pieces. I've found always done well, even single little bits and pieces, little 12 mil baits. All depends. I'm always chopping and changing things. Even though I hope you're well, very well, thank you. James said, hi Leon, I hope you are well. I've used Premier baits for years and had a custom bait made by them called Everywhere on it, but they have now packed up. Have they really? Premier baits? Do you know what? I used to use those 30 odd years ago. They were one of the first bait companies I ever used. I didn't realise they packed up Premier baits. Wow, bloody hell. That's an old school bait company, that, isn't it? Can't you get someone else to make the same bait for you, to roll it for you, James? That'd be the one, wouldn't it? Guys, don't forget your questions. Get your questions in. Get your thoughts in about rigs, baits, all that. Get them in, because we've only got a few more minutes before we change over to closed Facebook group. Hi, Leo. Do you think you will be going to Abbey Lakes anytime soon? No, I probably won't be going, but I might pop in there every now and again, or see if I'm lost for somewhere to go in the summer or springtime. But I gave up my winter ticket on there because I caught the ones I wanted to catch. And I wanted to, I think I had a winter ticket for 2 years on there, I think, 2 or 3 years. and there's always other places to fish, isn't there? I had 3 fish over 65 that winter, winter before last, and I was happy with that. I don't like staying in one place for too long. I like trying different places. But yeah, never say never. Keith had a curry on the bank. I had a curry tonight actually, but indoors. Mrs. B made a lovely curry. Keith, I mean, freebies breaking down after 24 hours, and then I know I'm not filling them up now. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. A bit like those dissolvables that Outlaw Pro do. They do the old dissolvables, don't they? They're very good as freebies and that. So yeah, I'm all for that, Keith. Definitely. Where is the biscuits tonight? No biscuits tonight, Wayne. I haven't even got a cup of tea tonight. I'm gasping for drink here. Mrs. B's got COVID, so no cup of tea. She's not very well at the moment, bless her. Yeah, she's not up to scratch. So I probably should have made my own cup of tea, really, shouldn't I? To be fair. But yeah, who else has got COVID at the moment? It's quite a bit more. It seems to be coming back at the moment for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be coming back, the old COVID, doesn't it? So yeah, let me know if you've got it, had it, or you know people are starting to get it quite a bit. Keith said I use 15mm pop-ups matching all year with good results. Yeah, I mean, it's horse for course. It's what you feel confident in. You could be using a 50mm bait, which I have done in the past. If you're confident about it all year round, then who am I or anyone else to tell you that you're doing it wrong? Which you're not, because none of it, what we do, is wrong. It's just different, isn't it? Gotta love the ECAM. Evening one and all. Evening to you. Danny, evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. Ronnie said, singles in the cold or solid bag? Both. Most definitely. Most definitely, Ronnie, I use both. I like a little PVA bag, a little solid bag, as I say, with a little hermit rig in there. We're going to do I haven't done a video on the actual hermit, haven't I? I haven't done a video on that. I'm going to do one on that. I've done about PVA bagfish, haven't I? But I'm going to do one on the hermit rig. That's for certain. It's such a good rig for the winter. It really is. I've caught loads on it over the past years. And also, I like a single little white or washed out pink pop up on a 360. That's just what I like in the winter time. Or a bit of pepperami. But if you're on pepperami, especially at Sandhurst over the winters. So yeah, which is a very oily one as well, isn't it? Right, it's past. So we're going to say goodbye. This is what we do every live stream. We get everyone in from YouTube and the Facebook pages, mine and Catch More Carp Facebook page. And after 30 minutes, we say goodbye to you guys. And we go for the last 15-30 minutes to the closed Facebook group, who are the subscribers to the Catch More Carp. So if you want to come along for the full hour, normally, then become a Catch More Carp subscriber, either monthly or yearly. Let me just put the link up there. You probably all know it anyway. So most of you on here are subscribers. There's the link. Go and check that out and give it a look anyway. So let's say goodbye firstly to Catch More Carp Facebook page. Let's say goodbye to you. See you next week. Or no next week. There won't be no next week. I'll be away on holiday next week. Leon Bartropp Carp Angler, my own Facebook page. Say goodbye to you. And to YouTube. People tuning in on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. There won't be a live next week because I'm away fishing in France.